Welcome back to Ekiti State 2018. The countdown is on. It's less than 24 hours to the 2018 governorship election in Ekiti State. Southwest Nigeria, called the fountain of knowledge. All political parties are set for the election. But then you know what you hear in circles and everywhere around? It's like this contest seems to be between two political parties, the two major political parties in Nigeria, and that the All Progressives Congress, which is leading at the center, that's at the national level, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which is leading in Ekiti State. And the governor is Ayodele Farishe. Now, so much has happened pre the election. On Wednesday, there was something you might want to call a show of force, where some members of the PDP gathered for a rally to converse support of the people, but then they couldn't do that because they were shot, allegedly fired into the air. And then later, really, the DIG operations of the Nigerian police came out to give reasons that actually happened. Now, a candidate of the All Progressives Congress in this election is a former governor of Ekiti State and a former minister of Mines and Steel Development. That's John Kayode Fayemi. His running mate is BC Egbeyemi, who is a former chairman in the state. Then, from the camp of the People's Democratic Party, the candidate is Kolakpo Olusola, who is current deputy governor of the state, and his running mate is Deji Ogun Shaki. We're looking at matters arising regarding the governorship election. On Thursday, sensitive materials were distributed to the various centers where they should be. INEC says you're ready. The police says it is ready. Deployed 30,000 policemen and women to manage that election. What are all the matters we should look at? My guest on the program is Justice Uhuegbu. He is a human rights lawyer and the National President, Association for Good Governance. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right, so the Ekiti election is here. Some time ago, we're looking at it as been months away, but finally, it's right here. How would you describe what is going on in Ekiti pre the poll?
Well, truly speaking, it's so unfortunate because
What's unfortunate?
yeah, it's so unfortunate what we are seeing, the feeders, and what is happening, because what we see now is a lot of intimidation from the security agents who are actually supposed to be the custodian of making sure that there is peace and stability, and that people are free, you know, to come out and to even interact with them. You see, I don't know why is it that anytime election is about coming, there will be a sort of tension. It's not meant to be like that. If you remember the last election conducted in South Africa, it was like a normal day. People went to the pool to vote and even went to work. You know, it wasn't so serious like the way we are taking it here. Here we take it as if it's a do or die affair. And the truth is this: if two people, it's a game. Ordinarily, it's supposed to be a game. Politics is supposed to be a game. There should be this spirit of sportsmanship. The truth is that one person must lose and one person will win. There's no two ways about it. So why all these issues? Why all these rancors? Why all this, die-hard thing and all the rest? Between 2 days and now, a lot of things has happened in Ekiti. Is it supposed to be so? Especially when we say we are practicing democracy. Now the question now is this: are we actually practicing democracy?
Are we?
That is the question we should ask ourselves. That's the question we should ask ourselves.
But it's called a democratic dispensation.
Yes, it could be in context, it could be in theory, but in practical, is it like that? Because we've seen what is happening, what the police did. It is not a hidden thing. It's in the media. It's everywhere. Thank God for social media. Thank God for civilization and advancement. Thank God for the use of phone and all the rest. All these things are captured. So I don't know where we are going. I don't know where we are heading. It's so unfortunate the situation we find ourselves in this country.
All right, there. When the, I mentioned earlier, when the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Joshua Kabila, addressed the press regarding what went on that day, he mentioned that indeed his men presented the protest from happening and was, given reasons as to it's to prevent violence, it's to prevent it from degenerating into violence, because it was meant to be protest, a walk from one point in the state to another point in the state, and that he believes could have degenerated into some kind of violence that would be difficult to handle.
Let me tell you, when is I don't know, but let them understand. Let him also understand the fact that government comes and government goes. They said, soldier come, soldier go, barracks remain. Whether they like it or not, he will cease to be a DIG one day or a policeman. This government will come and go, and that government will come in. You must give account of every deed of your work, whether you like it or not. Now the issue is when has it become an issue? When has it become a crime for people to have a walk? A peaceful one. The duty of the police is even to give them security, to guide them, to make sure, like he's saying, that hoodlums do not come in. That is the duty of the police, and not to prevent them by virtue of the Constitution. They have the right of peaceful assembly.
All right. About the number of police officers who were deployed to that place, 30,000 of them. How do you see it?
It's unfortunate that when we are fighting it, okay, if you imagine how many workforce, how many policemen do we have in the country, that you're deploying 30,000 policemen only for a state, one state. Would you be surprised to hear another attack on that day in one particular state or the other by the Fulani herdsmen or by gunmen? So you now begin to ask yourself, why all this? Why all this? 30,000 policemen for a state? Are they going for war? A civil practice, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a civil practice and a civil game. It's a game. It's supposed to be a sport. So if you're going there as a policeman, you're even going to be more like a security man and also a spectator to watch. Remember that these same police people are part of Nigeria. They should also be part of the democratic dispensation.
Have a kind of flashback to 2014 when the governorship election held that brought in Ayodele Fayose for a second term in office. Now, till today, a lot is still being said about that election, about the presence of the police, the presence of the military, and all that went on at that time. Comparing that season to this season, any difference noticeable?
The truth is that there has always been presence of security agents during our elections, and if you remember, I can remember that even I would remember that even APC went to court then challenging the validity of bringing security personnel, the military, especially the military during elections and otherwise. And today, the same thing is happening, because all the elections conducted so far, there have been heavy presence of security personnel.
So in the case of Ekiti, is it a payback of some sort?
No. I don't think it's like that. What I'm trying to say, I don't personally, I do not see anything much wrong in bringing policemen during elections. But the problem there is this: the conduct of the security agents. Are they playing a script, or are they working with directives for or against a particular person or a particular political party? Their duty, their simplicity, should be to protect lives and properties. Let me tell you, if me as a person during election goes out to go and vote, knowing the antecedents of things that happens in the country, and I do not see any security agent outside, I will go back. Yes. But the presence of security personnel outside will make me to have confidence.
But when people now talk about militarization, over policing, what do you make of that?
It depends. You see, when you talk, for example, yes, we are in a society now where there are security lapses and the insurgency. I do not expect that you go to a polling booth or close to a polling booth, you see military men. But they can man strategic junctions and all the rest, and just stay there on friendly notes. In fact, they should even help to encourage citizens to go out. They are Nigerians also, remember. Whatever becomes the outcome of the election will also affect them. So it's not a war zone. It's supposed to be a friendly thing. They are even supposed to give the people confidence that don't worry, there's no problem. Go and exercise your civic responsibility. We are here. Anybody that tries to intimidate you, we're here to protect you.
So in Ekiti State today, as we speak, do you consider that the presence of the military and all the security agencies, do you consider that it is just okay and it's what we need for this election?
With what has happened, it is not.
What happened?
Yes, with the name they unleashed on the PDP people and the Ayodele Foyeshe, it shows there is a sign or an indication that maybe they are playing a script.
So you were talking about the issue of monetization in our politics. How do we get rid of that and make the system as free and fair and balanced as possible?
The polity already is getting rid of that. Yes, the polity is. Let me tell you. The best advice in life is the one you give to yourself and not the one somebody gave to you. So Nigerians have advised themselves now. The only where I have a problem, which I feel is one of the worst form of corruption in our political parties, is the issue of delegates picking and choosing candidates to stand or to represent a particular political party during an election. Because that is where people that do not have the well-to-do financially are denied the opportunity of coming out to serve the nation.
What really should Ekiti people look out for this election? Because it's a time for them to make a decision who would lead for the next 4 years.
Well, you see, I will advise here, I will tell Ekiti people not to feel intimidated. We are all Nigerians. We are all stakeholders in this country, in the society. There's no two ways about it. Let me tell you one thing. There must be sacrifice for things to move on in life. Like Lord Dennis said in one of his judgments, he said that until we start doing what we have not done before, we will remain standstill while the rest of the world moves on. So we must continue to press forward. We must continue to you see, this thing we're doing is for our children. And it's for the future generation.
All right.
We must look at it and do things the right way. You know, in life, devoid of where you're coming from, which political party. In fact, I had even suggested that we should run a no-party system. Maybe all these things will stop. Yes. Because at the end of the day, you discover that it will not be on the basis of your credibility, your popularity, and your honesty that will speak for you. Because this issue of political party here and there is really tearing us apart. If I'm in one political party and you're another political party, you become my enemy, perpetual enemy for that. It's not supposed to be like that. If actually you are a born leader, though I know that leaders are born, they are not made. The problem we have is that we have made leaders who try to get into the corridors of power by all means. And we must have to, for now, since the constitution have not been amended to make room for independent candidates and all the rest, we must have to, look for a way and, see. In fact, we are even proposing, my association, we are even proposing that the National Assembly should look inward and see how to come up with a law so that to abolish any medium of spending money during elections. What I For example, starting from nomination and primaries.
But political parties would need some money to run their affairs.
We know that, but what do you need money for in the first place? I even expect a situation where there will be a law that political parties should stop collecting money because you pay what they call intention fee, expression of intention. You also pay for the form itself. Where do you expect people? And today you're saying you're giving the youths the opportunity to contest. A young man of 25, 30 years, where do you expect him to get money? To get about 500,000, 1 point something million, 3 million, 5 million to go and buy form.